have been a Manchester United fan for the greater part of the last decade. Unfortunately for me, that has been a decade filled with heartbreak, sackings, terrible performances, and incompetent owners. However, ever so rarely, this football club managed to bring me some brief, palpable joy by actually winning football games. Although there are few and far between, these special moments reignite my love for Manchester United and instills a sense of pride within me. So today, I'll be going over my top 5 favorite United games of all time. Starting off strong, with one of the many false dawns during the post-Fergie era of Manchester United. Match number 5 is an early season match against Newcastle during the 21-22 season. This game was already bound to be a momentous occasion, as it marked the return of one of Manchester United's greatest ever players, making his second debut for the club, Cristiano Ronaldo. Seeing the Portuguese forward in red again was already a dream come true, but the 90 minutes of football that followed was simply magical. With a starting 11 consisting of fellow summer arrivals Jadon Sancho and Rafael Varane, the team started the day playing with a sense of freedom and confidence that was completely absent under Mourinho, the previous manager. However, the pressure didn't tell until the end of the first half, when Greenwood's shot from outside the box was parried into the path of a predatory Ronaldo, who slotted home from close range to give us a 1-0 lead heading into halftime. I could generally feel chills running down my spine when he hit the Sui, and the whole stadium screamed along with him. But in true United fashion, in the second half, the defense allowed Newcastle to equalize through Manquillo. However, that equalizer only seemed to light a fire under Manchester United. Ronaldo got his second after a swift counter-attack, followed by a screamer from Bruno Fernandes, and the second minute of added time, Jesse Lingard added some sheen to the performance, scoring the fourth after a brilliant build-up. That game sold me a dream. The whole starting 11 was playing such fluidity and composure on the ball, quality in all thirds of the pitch. I genuinely felt that we were about to go on a title charge. My delusion was not unfounded though, considering the performance that took place earlier in the same season, which takes the number 4 spot. Our next entry is a season opener of the 2021-2022 season, in which we played our bitter rivals Leeds at home. With a makeshift front four of Mason Greenwood, Daniel James, Bruno Fernandes and Paul Pogba playing down the left wing, I was not particularly confident going into the game. But to my pleasant surprise, what ensued was one of our greatest displays of counter-attacking football. Led by a Bruno hat-trick and 4 assists from Paul Pogba, Leeds' notoriously porous midfield under Bielsa was ripped to shreds by a series of pinpoint through balls and aggressive forward runs. After Bruno's hat-trick and Greenwood's second half strike, even Fred managed to score. Even Luke Ayling's wonder goal in the 49th minute could not spoil the party. The cherry on top was Sancho making his United debut off the bench, which at the time seemed like the start of something great, which we quickly realized was not the case. I'm starting to realize that most of these matches were during the tenure of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. As much as I used to criticize him, I have to admit that he reintroduced some semblance of the true United spirit back into the team. The players actually expressed themselves and played with conviction, which was a breath of fresh air following the Mourinho regime. That being said, the special one himself did provide his fair share of special moments while he was at the helm of Manchester United, such as number 3. Following a mostly positive start to the season, our first fixture of the month of December during the 2017-2018 season saw us visit the Emirates Stadium. The team hoped to keep pressure on leaders Manchester City with a positive result, and a positive start was needed against a tricky Arsenal side under Arsene Wenger. A positive start was exactly what we got after Valencia intercepted Koscielny's crossfield pass playing a 1-2 with Pogba, then slotting the ball past Cech with just 4 minutes on the clock. After Arsenal settled, they themselves managed to fashion an opportunity through a free kick from future United player Alexis Sanchez. However, that was blocked. Shortly after that, United profited once again from indecisiveness in the Arsenal backline as Lukaku stole the ball off Mustafi, playing it forward to Martial, who cleverly turned and flicked it to an onrushing Jesse Lingard, who calmly slotted home, giving us a 2-0 advantage after only 11 minutes. This goal still plays in my head every once in a while and is one of my favorite United goals of all time. The half finished at 2-0 due to some brilliant goalkeeping from David De Gea. However, the Gunners' pressure finally told 4 minutes into the second half as Lacazette halved our advantage from close range. What ensued is still to this day one of the greatest displays of goalkeeping I have ever seen. De Gea finished the game with 14 saves, which was a record at the time. None more notable than the double save he made to deny Lacazette in the 56th minute. This opened the door for United to restore their 2-goal advantage after Pogba shrugs off Koscielny, scoring it for Lingard, who taps home from close range, making it 3-1. Despite Pogba picking up a red card in the 74th minute, the team managed to hang on to claim all 3 points. Pulling off this victory with just under 25% possession and only having 4 shots on goal for the full 90 was typical of the usual United victory under Jose Mourinho. We followed up this brilliant display by losing to City the next week, extinguishing any momentum that game would have given us, in true United fashion. The match that started the Ole delusion. Following a lackluster start to the season, Mourinho and United parted ways, paving the way for United great Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to take the reins. The Norwegian led the team to a 12-match unbeaten run in the league and restored a sense of belief in the squad. However, a 2-0 loss to PSG in the first leg of the round of 16 tie in the Champions League threatened to sour this great run of form. With Paul Pogba getting sent off in the 89th minute as well, any hopes of a second leg comeback were all but extinguished. When the second leg rolled around on March 6th, the Parc des Princes was stunned into silence just 2 minutes into the game as Thilo Kehr's sloppy back pass was latched onto by Lukaku, who rounded Buffon and slid to finish the opportunity. Parisians reacted well after going behind and restored their 2-goal advantage in the tie through a Wan-Bissaka goal in the 12th minute. However, in the 30th minute, another defensive error, this time from the experienced Buffon in goal, saw Lukaku score his and United's second. With the game winding down, United became desperate to score, while Paris were desperate to exercise the demons of the infamous Barca remontada. In a fit of desperation, Dalot lashes the ball towards goal, which deflects off Kimpembe and flies out for a corner. After a VAR review, a penalty is awarded. With the whole world watching, a 20-year-old Marcus Rashford steps up and coolly converts. We started that match with Eric Bailly at right back, just behind Ashley Young, at right mid, and the rest of the midfield being comprised of McFred and Andreas Pereira. With 10 regular first-team players out and a 2-0 deficit, the young United team pulled off the impossible, proving that mountains are indeed there to be climbed. Before I get into the game occupying the number 1 spot, here are a few honorable mentions. And the game at the number 1 spot is going into the Manchester Derby on April 6, 2018. Man City were already 16 points clear of their nearest chasers, their cross-town rivals, Manchester United. Guardiola with one eye on their Champions League midweek fixture, decided to rotate the squad somewhat, benching Kevin De Bruyne, Kyle Walker, and their record goal scorer Sergio Aguero. Even with the changes, Pep's City operated as if it were business as usual, as United failed to generate any control over the game. With a sense of inevitability, City's captain Vincent Kompany rose highest and fired in a bullet header from a corner to give the home team the lead in the 25th minute. City kept their feet on the gas as just 5 minutes later, a poor clearance from De Gea was pounced on, leading to Gundogan firing home to double his team's lead. But for the wastefulness of Raheem Sterling in front of goal, City's third Premier League title would have been secured before halftime. Coming out of the halftime break, United started showing signs of life, with Paul Pogba's left-footed effort from outside the box causing Ederson to do work with his hands for maybe the first time in the match. After another goal opportunity, missed, this time by Gundogan, United managed to gain some control possession, and from that fashioned a beautiful goal. Sanchez's cross was chested down by Ander Herrera into the path of Paul Pogba, who stuck it past the onrushing Ederson to half the deficit. The first goal brought United back to life, as just 2 minutes later, Pogba, after laying off the ball to Sanchez, runs undisturbed through the heart of City's defense to meet the cross sent in by the Chilean to head home, restoring parity in the derby. City, now clearly rattled, were lacking their usual sharpness, and as a result were misplacing passes and taking poor touches on the ball. This sloppiness would ultimately prove fatal, as Danilo's poor touch from a pass fired into him was greedily gobbled up by Sanchez, who was then fouled by the Brazilian fullback. From the resulting free kick, a now reborn Alexis Sanchez plays in a delicate cross which finds its way to the feet of a United defender, Chris Smalling, who finishes past Ederson without much interference from the City defense. 3-2 United. With an early coronation slipping away, Manchester City doubled their efforts to find a way to win. In the 79th minute, a Manchester United free kick being cleared sparked a dangerous City counter. De Bruyne, who was subbed on in the 72nd minute, laid the ball off to Aguero, who was subbed on in the 76th minute, who looked poised to pull City level, but was then cleared out by Ashley Young. The referee waves it away as United now look to mount their own counter. Frustrated, Fernandinho fouls Lingard, which sparks an altercation among almost all the outfield players and Ederson. City continued to lay siege to United's defense as Mourinho's men braced themselves for the onslaught, with defensive changes being made. City came closest to scoring again after Sané's cross is met by Aguero in the middle of the 6-yard box, but De Gea managed to somehow tip the ball over the top to maintain United lead. From the resulting corner, Sterling misses yet another opportunity, this time firing onto the post. The ball is then scrambled away by De Gea yet again. More dogged defending, then followed by United, and after the 6th minute of stoppage time, United emerged victorious. This was the first time City had lost a game at home in the entire season, and the first time they had lost having a 2-0 lead at halftime. This win also delayed City celebrations, as they mathematically still could miss out on the title. All doubt was immediately extinguished as in United's next game at home, they lost to 20th placed West Bromwich Albion. Each of these wins, despite not resulting in any silverware or even any sustained period of good form, they provided some relief for United fans. It was a brief glimpse into what the team used to be, a time capsule to the glory days where results like this were the norm. As I am writing this, United have just won their 4th game in a row under Michael Carrick, and I can't help but feel a sense of optimism for the future. I just hope that this recent upturn in form is a sign of things turning around and that Manchester United I know and love being seen again.
It's a collector's item!